Welcome to part 2 of creating your faceless YouTube channel. In this video, I want to show you how you can go step by step in creating the automation phase of your faceless YouTube channel to put everything on autopilot. Remember, I told you it is possible to create a fully automated YouTube channel. That is if you have the budget for it. But I know a lot of you don't, so I'm here to give you some step-by-step. If you haven't watched the previous video on how to create the videos and generate the scripts and all of that, go ahead and watch it. And you will also have access to a Notion document. The link will be in the description, and you can go ahead and download that as well. It's free. You'd have to enter your first name and your email in order for you to be able to get that. Now, before I go ahead, I want to give you a caution and I want to give you some advice here. When you are creating a faceless channel, the reason why most people, their faceless channels don't work is because of the strategy they're using. So when you start off, you don't want to start with an automation tool. You want to start at least warm up the account, right? What do I mean by warm up the account? When I started the faceless like this, pretty much the faceless channel that we talked about in the previous video, you can go ahead and watch that. Is I started with the first 5 days just posting content manually, and what this does is it allows the AI to recognize that you are a person before first using automation. So you can start posting 1 video a day for the first day. The next day start posting 2 videos. The third day start posting 3 videos. The fourth day increase it, but you're doing it manually, so you can use YouTube schedule and just schedule it. So by the 5th day, I was basically scheduling it on TikTok and YouTube, so it will just post by itself, right? Before now, the next phase I'm going to is to transition to the automation and be able to basically automate the entire process and do that within the 2-week span, right? The goal was to be able to build this channel and monetize it within 30 days, and I'm just 5 days in. So hey, and I have already 14,000 views and everything, and we'll see where that goes. I'll be excited to see if we click 1 million view, or grow the channel to be able to monetize it within 30 days. And I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I use if that goal is achieved. But you want to warm up your account and then basically post, and then before using this automation tool. So don't just go ahead and build this and then from there, bam, you start uploading with automation. Your channel is going to be flagged and it's not going to go well. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that in there. Now, the tools we will be using in this is you will need an OpenAI API account. You will need OpenRouter account. You will need an account with make.com. You need that, and you need an account with Blotato. I have the link and for make.com and Blotato in my in the description of the video. You will find it there. And also, I want to caution you, because I told you in the previous video that you might have to spend some income. That's okay. If you are under the budget, the highest you're going to be will be under $50. Okay, now what are you going to be paying for? You want to pay for Blotato. Blotato is a platform that allows you to post to multiple different platforms at the same time. So you can have up to 10 TikTok accounts, and you can connect everything to that account and be able to basically distribute to all of those accounts. Now I'm going to show you at some point on how to set up your Blotato account to be able to do this. And then you're going to, and that costs $29, and you can post up to 20 social media accounts. And then you're going to need make.com. Make.com is about $9 on the core plan. After taxes, you might be paying $10.59 or 69 cents, and that's about what 39 bucks or so. So you're under 50 bucks, and I don't think that's bad for your first automation channel, and you can experiment. Now, the next thing I told you in the video, the previous video, is that you might have to pay for VO3, and VO3 is $19. However, I give you a secret in that video on how to basically validate your idea, right? So if you haven't watched that video yet, go back and watch it before you proceed with this one. So for time's sake, I'm going to there are certain modules I'm going to keep, but I'm going to show you how you can build this from scratch. So let's dive right into it. Now, I already have some module here. I will explain what they are. I didn't want to go ahead and do this from scratch. Funny thing is, I started recording this video and didn't hit record, so I have to redo the video. how genius of a tech guy. Talk about a joke. But let's see here. So the first thing we're going to need is we want a Google Drive module, and we want to wash the folder. So if you already watched the previous video, you know that you already created the Google Drive folder and everything. One limit, the folder that we want is going to be where we are storing the videos, which is in there, and you want to save that, and we want to choose all. The next module you want is going to be the Google Drive module, and we're going to download the file. Why do we need to download the file? If you don't download the file, you won't have the URL for the file to be able to upload to both Blotato and the YouTube module. So we need that, and then the next module we need is going to be our Open Router module. Add module. So we're gonna need our Open Router module, and if you haven't downloaded the how do you call it, the Notion guide yet, go ahead and click the link in the description. You will see the place to download it, and you will need to provide your name and email to have access to that, just so you know. Message content is row, and obviously so what this is doing is taking the name of the file, and based off of the name of the file is going to create a title, is going to create a description, and it's going to give us tags. And the role is going to be user model. You can, if you are on a free plan for Open Router, use the DeepSeek R10528 free model. That will do the same thing as to create this for you. But I have a paid account, so I'm going to use and the paid account, by the way, is you just put however amount you want. And there is an API, and they charge you, I can't remember the exact price, but it's some cents per million token. And we want to use GPT 4.0 for this module here. We want to leave this enabled, click save. And then the next module that we need is going to be Open AI module. The reason I needed this, by the way, is because Open Router, I'm not able to create a text transform structured data with that. So maybe at some point I'll figure that out. But all right, so we need this, and the text we're parsing is going to be the choices, the message, and the content. The prompt we're using is just basically a basic prompt telling it to extract the title, description, and everything that we need. And we need structured data definitions. So the data definitions is what we want it to give. So we need a title, of the video. For the type data type is text. Example is going to be just anything here. And we want this required. The next definition that we need is going to be the description. And data type is also text, and value example is going to be brain data is required. Yes. The last data definition we need is going to be the tags and description. The data type for this one is array text. We need it because it's going to be a text array, and we need this required as well. Save that. All right. Now that we have this here, what do we need? This is where we set our variable. Okay. So we set a multiple variable, and all you need to do here is go to tools and select set multiple variable, and this will pop up. And we set a multiple variable so that we were able to basically get the title, the description, the tags, Okay, and then when you set up your Blotato account using the link in the description, you will have access to your Blotato key, API key. You will need that. And then also when you log into your TikTok account on Blotato, it will give you an ID that you can copy for your platform that you're posting to, and you can put that in here. And as I said from the beginning, I'm not going to run this automation. If you want to see how it runs, go ahead and watch the previous video and you will see how the automation works. The next thing we want to do is we want to make a post request to Blotato to be able to upload the video that we were downloading. And caution to this is before you can get the link for your file, you want to be able to, so by the way, we need the web content link. And in order for you to have access to this file, you need to make sure that the folder in which you have the file is public and not private. So you're gonna have to change the settings for that. So we want our Blotato key here for our header. So you can set up all of this stuff. We're making a post request, parse response, yes, click save. And then the next thing we want is we want different strings, right? So what this is doing is we have one for TikTok, because with TikTok, all you have to do is enter the title, description, and tags, everything together. So this is what we're doing here. And Blotato can only accept JSON string. And the reason we're using Blotato is because make.com doesn't have a default module for TikTok, and Blotato allows us to do that. Okay, and then we also want to do this for this one for the YouTube. This is going to be the YouTube description. So rename this description. All right, so and then now we want to route. Okay, we add the first route that we need is we want to post to TikTok, which is where we're going to use the Blotato, and we need to do and make a HTTP request to that. And what we're going to do is once we make that HTTP request, we're telling Blotato, hey Blotato, go ahead and post this video to our account. So post this in the header. We need Blotato API key, and the value is going to be your Blotato API key. In the header, we don't need anything with the string. The body type is going to be raw, and the content type is going to be JSON application. The content request, if you haven't downloaded the Notion file yet, go ahead and click the link in the description and download that file, and you will have access to this code here basically. And the text that we need is the TikTok JSON string. So for the data URL, it's coming from the first HTTP request that we made to post the video to Blotato. So basically under this data, you're going to find another item that says URL, sorry. And that's what you would select instead of data. But for now, since we're not running this automation, I'm just going to choose data. And then the TikTok ID is going to come from our TikTok ID. And we don't want to parse the response, so we click save. So that's for the first one. And this is what is going to be posting to TikTok account. You can have as many TikTok accounts as you want. And the next module we need is YouTube, and we're going to use upload to YouTube. Okay. The reason why I'm not using Blotato for this, even though it's possible, is I just feel like it's just too complicated for YouTube. But since make.com already has a YouTube module, why not use it? So what we need here is our title, which is coming from title. And then we're going to map the file coming from the Google Drive. So we don't need to do anything with that. The video category, you can choose anything based on the category. The skeleton status is going to be public. The description is coming from our YouTube description here. Is this video for kids? No. Does your video contains authors, synthetic media? Yes. Because we're using AI. We want to show the advanced settings because we'll use this to add tags, and the tags are coming from tags. Releasing date, we don't need license. Make sure you do your Creative Commons attribution right. Allow embedding, yes. Notify subscribers, no. and click save. I don't know why this does that all the time, but click save. And once we have that, the next thing we want to do is once the video has been uploaded to TikTok and YouTube, we want to go ahead and move it into a different folder. For that, we need our Google Drive module, and we're going to use, be careful here because there are two move a file, but the first one is to move it to the trash. Now, if you want to just delete the file right away, which I don't recommend, I just feel if you like need to show proof for your work and everything, you might need it at some point. So why delete it? So you use the move a file to slash folder module, and then select the file. The file ID is going to come from the download file module. So select this one, and then choose the folder where you want to put it. We already have that created, which is upload videos, and hit save. And once you run this automation, it will run, search the file for any new videos you upload, and it will perform all the tasks. And then if you want to automate this, what you can do now is click here on here, and where it says every time when you want to run it. Now you can run it at intervals. Okay, so 15 minutes is what, like just 15 minutes. So let's say you want to run it, maybe you're creating a bunch of videos. Let's say you've created up to 150 videos. So we have 150 and divided by 30 days. Okay, so that's 5 videos a day. Okay, and so we want to run that 5 times a day. So what we want to do is to be able to an hour each. So we have 24 hours. So 24 divided by 5. So that's every 4.8 hours. 4.8 hours times 60. So 288 hours. So 288 minutes is what we need, and just save that. And then it will activate your stuff. So not yet. And you can see here, it will be every 4 hours and 48 minutes, your automation is going to run. Okay, 24 hours, 5 times a day. And then all you have to do is activate it. Boom. And your automation is running. And all you have to do now is focus on the 10% manual work. So that was quite a journey, and I think it's a great way to start your own faceless automation channel. If you don't know, or you didn't know, now you know, and you have no excuse of not starting your own faceless channel in 2028. People know it's AI. They don't care. They don't care. They already know, right? It's like a leader that's hard to deal with, and like a leader that doesn't know that people know that he is not good at something, right? So at some point you're gonna acknowledge it, and they're going to tell you, we knew all the time, right? So instead of you wasting time, now I've given you the tools. If you haven't watched the first video, go ahead and watch it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscription button. Make sure to hit the notification button so you're notified whenever we upload. And if you need help setting up automations for your church, nonprofit, or small or service-based business, contact GenesisFlō, and we will build an automation from you, from customer service to talking to customers, conversational chatbots, and all of that. Contact us and we will be able to do that for you. That's all I have for you today. Stay blessed.